Hey, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rachakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to your sincere Akim out there, pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. And this is just responding to a video that the different brothers are going in on. You know, the apostles and the elders are going in on, and not just Chingy, you know, who was a quote unquote Israelite, but all the different Israelite rappers who have came and went, and the ones who think you know, they want to blow their career off and jumping off into trying to say different things that the Israelites go over. All right, first and foremost, there's no need to rap. You know, the Lord told us, go out to the highways and byways, persuade men to the marriage. So there's no need to get on the microphone and do all of that shit, because that, hey, just like the apostles and elders always go over, that's one of the ways of the world. You know, that's something, you want to make a song or something, that's kind of something that you do in private. And the fact that this guy, you know, because hey, me and the brothers, you know, we're actually here in St. Louis, where Chingy is from, and his, you know, roots or whatever. He's from East St. Louis, I believe, or he's from St. Louis. It's all the same. But this is the second St. Louis rapper that the apostle has rebuked and brothers have got on, which is funny. So hey. These guys, they're not really taking the faith seriously, because when you look at the different things that are about to come and the different things that this man has in store for us, right now, they're having a house cleaning in their empire. You know, Donald Trump has, he's fired all these people from his cabinet. You know, they came and went because they were too radical. You know, in most cases, they were too radical. But they didn't know how to hide, you know, who they really were, and they kind of confirmed the thing that people are starting to catch hold of, that, you know, hey, damn, these guys are all Edomite supremacists. They're all trying to keep their empire alive. They're not about fairness and equality, which that's one of the oldest tricks in the book. That's something you kind of learn as a child with dealing with Edomites. And damn, these motherfuckers, they get away with a lot. All right, and these people, you know, these different rappers and stuff, they're only doing this for a trend. They're only doing this to try to catch fire, and so they can, you know, so people will listen to them. They're not doing it to attract people to the word of the Lord and for them to wake up. You know, these guys are still in the world, and so they get no points for that. But this is Matthew 15:13. It said what? But he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father hath not planted shall be rooted up. All right, and when you plant something, you can do it. You can plant it in the soil, or you can do what's called hydroponics. You know, you have like a little medium for it, and then you'll have water at the bottom, and then the roots they can automatically go to the water at the bottom, and the plant will grow faster than it normally would in just soil, because you got water at the bottom. And as you can see, you know, the roots are huge, and this causes the plant to grow. You know, Salakia for that particular type of plant, because that's not what we're into. But this caused the plant to grow, you know, faster than it normally would. You know, because it has that water flowing, you know, more so than if it was in nature. Even though, you know, nature that's the place where it's supposed to go originally be at. But you know, the point I'm trying to make is that we have to be rooted. You know, and being rooted, that takes time. That takes time, and it takes instruction, and it takes years. You know, for your roots to spring out, to grow, for you to go through certain ups and certain downs and certain things you studied, certain things you've pondered, and you looked it up and you found the answer. You know, you've gone through the different archives that the apostles and the elders have taught, and you know your roots keep growing and they keep growing and they keep springing out. And this allows you, you know, when that wind comes, that storm comes, that situation comes, for you to be able to stay upright, all right, and not fall over to the side. But you know, guys like this, Chingy and all of these other guys who, you know, they were Israelites for 5 minutes, then they're right back into the world. You know, they're right back with Esau, making deals behind the scenes, trying to be the coolest guy in the room. You know, because that's Jake for you, man. Jake always has to be the fucking coolest guy, even when we're in hell, under the devil, under the under the thumb of these devils. These devils are international. You know, they're planning all, like I was saying before, they're doing all kind of house cleaning, planning all kind of shit, and boom, you know, Jake is still trying to fuck around and be the coolest guy, be the popular guy, be the shiniest guy. This place is about to be destroyed. It's about to be, it's about to be locked down. They got all kind of shit that they can do right now to take resources from you, to take your money. You know, because they control your banks too. They control the electronic supply of money. They control all of that, every way of life. And we see how corrupt this man is. Hey, so what happened, man? You're gonna be rooted up. This is something. This is extremely important to being an Israelite too. This is one of the basics. You're supposed to be rooted. You're supposed to, when you come in and you realize that you're an Israelite, you accept the fact that you're an Israelite through bloodline. Right? It's a nationality. It's not a religion. It's not a wave. It's not a fad or none of that. You're supposed to be rooted. You're supposed to grow. You know, just like in this world, when you're in this world, you become rooted to the bullshit. The scriptures talk about Israel as a noble vine. You know, but look at what we've become. Basically, paraphrasing. This is verse 14. Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. Yeah, because the Pharisees, they were hating. They were hating on the Messiah himself. And then later on, they actually chose a murderer to be released from prison. Then the Lord, you know, who is now, of course, the most famous man in history, even though they've rewritten his name as Jesus and we know him as Yahweh Shai, a so-called black man. But he is the most famous person in history through the course of his actions. And who does that sound like? Yeah, we're going to release this murderer and put him and condemn him to death. That sounds exactly like so-called Latino, so-called black, so-called Native American people. All right, even coming out of captivity, we were supposed to turn back to our power. We forgot his ways. We forgot all those things. And now look at us. We have nothing. You know, hey, it's for people in the world at least, excuse me, they have nothing. They don't have anything. They can grab at air, they can hope. You know, maybe they can try to, you know, play sports or be a musician, try to grab a little money. But then, hey, at that appointed time, everybody has to leave this earth. Everybody. And what do you have? What do your people have? Absolutely fucking nothing. This is Colossians 2:7. Matter of fact, 2:6. It says, as ye have therefore received Yahweh Shai, so walk ye in him, rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. And you got to be taught the correct things too. But you have to be taught, but you do have to be taught the correct things. And if you think you're not being taught the correct things, you have to what? You have to question it, and you have to be able to reason it out according to the scriptures. There's nothing wrong with questioning the things that you're taught, but everything that you're taught, you should be able to go in the scriptures and double check everything. And that's not what these guys are doing. That's not what Chingy's doing, which, you know, and the brothers told us about him, you know, a long time ago. We had a couple of laughs about it. because we can see that the particular camp that he probably learned from, they're not even from One West. They're like an offshoot of an offshoot of an offshoot of One West that goes into some other type of shit. So, and this guy, he's just trying to get a buzz back, man. The scriptures is bigger than that. That should be a mark of shame, man, for you to say you're an Israelite and then you to just walk away and you could just go back in the world and, yep, I'm famous again. That's a mark of shame. That's a fucking mark of shame. It said, yeah, rooted and built up and established in the faith as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. But where lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahweh Shai. Hey, and the whole rap shit, that's a thing in the world. In fact, I'm gonna just look this up. I'm gonna end this off on that. Cause Esau, they ain't rapping. These motherfuckers is, they got quantum computers and they're trying to figure out how they can fucking take over the world, how they can do away with Russia. They're brainstorming. They're trying to preserve their empire, even though we know it's coming to a close. You got fucking rappers. I hate rappers, man. I fucking hate rappers. You wanna listen to a real story? Cut the audio Bible on. You wanna read a real story? Cut the scriptures. Look at the scriptures. These rap niggas, they don't even, man. And that was created by Israel too. That was created by Israel, Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. All right, so hey, you gotta be rooted and built up in Him, and different men around you who are walking the correct way. They build you up. The Spirit builds you up. You have to be built up. Otherwise, when the storm comes, because the storm is coming. The storm is coming. Hey, and one thing you see every storm, one thing I notice you see people. They running, they don't have a fucking umbrella. They don't have anything. They just out there. They didn't check the weather. They didn't check none of that shit. And if you ever been in that position, it's the worst. It's one of the worst positions in the world. You got to walk a long distance with no umbrella. Shit. And that's what's about to happen, man. It's the storm is coming. This man is coming. Hey, this man, like I was saying before, this man is in a house cleaning. They keep Trump cleaning out his office. They're trying to get ready for term 2. They're trying to do the usual the usual chess moves that they've done. They're getting with all of their operatives on the ground. They're sending in weapons here, sending in weapons there, sending in different technology to these different countries, trying to hope that they'll continue to do business with the U.S. They're trying to get people to act right on an international level so they can continue their empire. And what is our nation doing? They're not building. They're trying to be entertainers. So hey, when that time comes, and that's why Yahweh Shai is going to destroy 2/3 of the nation of Israel, because they're not even fucking paying attention. And the ones who are out of the 2/3, and the ones who are on our pages scoffing and shit, they're not. They don't have any works. The scriptures talk about faith without works is dead. So hey, Lord willing is edifying. Hey, may brothers, may the true Akim, the Akim Amath, who are really going through these things and who are really following along with the teachings of Yahweh Shai and the different disciples, hey, may which ultimately is Yahweh Shai, but may the growth continue, may the roots continue to be planted, may brothers continue to be built up through the faith. Hey, Lord willing, may brothers continue on the path that we're continued on. Hey, it's a blessing to know the truth, and that's what the scriptures mean about Thanksgiving. We're thankful. Where's that at? Yeah, abounding with thanks. We're thankful. And being thankful, we follow the things that the Lord commanded us to do. Shalom.